All right, guys, as you know, Coach Jack signed a 5-year contract extension.
Go Bulls!
Keeping her on the sidelines till 2020, 2021. Coach, if you want to open up with a statement.
I just would like to thank our president, Satish Tripathi, and Alan Green, my director of athletics, for giving me this opportunity to continue to be here at this great institution in this amazing community. It's kind of weird sitting here without my Joe and my Stephanie and my players and my assistant coaches right next to me, because none of this happens by yourself. It only happens when you have amazing coaches and amazing players and a great administration and an unbelievable community. So I'm humbled by this. I'm humbled by sitting before you on doing something that I love to do at a great place. So I'm the lucky one for sure.
Open it up for questions.
What is the importance of having the continuity with this program after a year of so many firsts and making history to kind of carry this out and have your presence here still leading it? What's the importance of that?
You know, I've been to many universities and 3 as a head coach at the collegiate level, and I just never been a part of it, seeing it through. You know, we started some things at Hofstra and we moved on to Indiana. We started some things in Indiana and then we moved on from there. And to be able to see this through, to get to a culmination of growing this program from 9 wins to 11 wins to 17 and 19 and then getting to the WNIT and to the to the WNIT and then to the NCAA and then beyond. I just want to see it through, and given this opportunity with such an unbelievable staff, with a great administration, fun administration. Alan came up yesterday. He had a busy day, and I looked up, and he had these fake teeth in his mouth, and he's smiling and just said, "Why are you looking at me?" And, you know, that's silly. But we get serious at times to be serious, and we get silly when it's time to be silly. And to be able to be useful here at a great institution like Buffalo, I'm humbled and I'm excited to be able to see it through with just great people.
It's probably been a pretty crazy few months when you look back to where you guys were in the MAC standings, and then to have the climb up to get to the NCAAs, and now this, just to think back to where you were maybe mentally then and now. How much has changed in your life since then?
Well, my husband still loves me. My son still loves me. I'm still a believer in my faith and my God. And so that kind of stays the same. These are the only kind of jobs I was granted. You know, at Hofstra, no one wanted that job, so I was able to get that one. And at Indiana, not too many people interviewed for that position. And here at Buffalo, with Danny White, he had a selection of people he could have chose to help build this thing, and he chose me. I've always had jobs where I had to build, and so my mindset has always been grind. Let's go. Let's fight. Let's continue on. Let's figure another way out. Let's communicate and continue to work hard to make it change to the better. And there was divots in this season when it didn't work out so well, and we had a 5-game losing streak. Well, that kind of put me back into the mindset of these are the kind of opportunities I received. Let's go ahead and find a way, make a way, create a way. And I looked in our players' eyes, and you know, I'm a very, as you can tell, as I walked in here, I'm emotional, I'm enthusiastic, I have a lot of passion, and sometimes it's too much. And I thought that, you know, during that time, it would have been too much to be excited and overwhelmed and let's go. And I kind of got calm, and I will never forget Joanna Smith came up to me and said, "Coach, where you at? Where you at? Give us all of you." I said, "Joe, you can." She said, "We need all of you." And so I got into really being an aggressive coach and tough on them and kicking people out of practices and getting on the coaches. And I'm thinking, like, this is going to end up bad. It ended up great. These young ladies that play for me want to play for me, and they want all of me. And I'm so grateful for it. I finally found a university that can handle all of me. And so when times get tough, all of me will show up. And hold on, it can be real tough.
How does the mindset of this program change, knowing that you're now hunted as MAC champions as opposed to being the underdogs?
And nothing changes, is because we're going to continue to be who we are. we are never going to stop until we can prove to Satish Tripathi and Alan Green that they hired the right person for the job to not just win a MAC championship, not just to be a part of the NCAA. You don't tell your story from the middle. You have to tell your story from the absolute top, and you got a taste of who we are. There's so much more story for our women's basketball program, my players, my coaches, my family, things that no one really wants to listen to until you can cut that real net off, and that net is the NCAA championship. I think Gino had a dream one day. I think that other schools had dreams. Muffet McGraw dreamt of one day cutting that national championship net down. I have that dream too, and it can come from any university. We have just as much great academics here. We have 30,000 students. We have an international flavor. We have everything it takes to be a national powerhouse, and we're not going to stop until we get there.
Coach, what do you guys need to do now to take that next step, whether it be in the NCAA tournament or in the MAC? What do you need to do now to take that next step? We
were a viable option last year. After winning the MAC championship and getting to the NCAA, I think we're a destination now. And it's really neat to have young ladies that decide to transfer to come and play for us. We have a great kid that we've gotten that came from UMass, and Sierra Dillard. I think she's a pro, and I think that when you see her play another year or so, you're going to really be excited about what we're doing. I think what we have to do is continue to climb, not just get to the NCAA now. We have to win a game. And those are the kind of the steps you have to take. I don't have the patience of Job, a biblical kind of joke, but I want it now. I want to get to the top tier now. But I do understand that there's a process, and I think that the most professional way to say it, the next step is to win a game in the NCAA.
How excited are you to have the local girl, Summer Hemphill, coming in and what she can bring to this program? Obviously very tall, very athletic. What do you see from her?
Well, she's not very tall in college level. She's 6'1", but what makes her tall is the fact that she can grab the rim. She's very athletic. She's more, my AD had said to me, you have a good team, but you need to get more athletic. Well, we got more athletic with Summer Hemphill. She can run the floor. She's going to be in the front of our press. It's not going to be very easy for you to get by her and think you can score. I hope that she can do what I saw just yesterday in watching the NBA. You beat me. You think you got a layup. I think she can be that kid, can come from behind and block shots from the back. We had a kid named Krista Bacchus on our team a couple years ago. She reminds me a lot of her. So she's going to be fun to have her here. We have another young lady named Tessie who's coming in. She's from Nigeria, but she's in prep school right now, lives out in Chicago, and she's an athletic left-handed wing, about 5'11". So we're very athletic, but we're not going to stop. I have my recruiting coordinator sitting in front of me right now. In her mind, she's thinking about, we need to get another big kid. We need to get another point guard, and I know that she's been working really hard to really find more players. So we won't stop until the first day of the season, but summer's going to absolutely help us.
Felisha, within the basketball world and particularly in the recruiting world, have you noticed the perception change that comes with becoming a conference champion and an NCAA team?
Well, it changed in my neighborhood. I live in a neighborhood where St. Joseph hockey coach is on the street, and he's won 4 state championships, and his wife is over at Williamsville South, and they're winning softball championships left and right. And I was on the verge of getting kicked out of my neighborhood had I not won. So it starts as close as home, but you go out in the community. We went down to a great restaurant called 716 in Buffalo, and the waitress knew who we were. And she said, we watched your game on the big screen as you guys played and won the MAC championship. And I think that what's happening now, they're getting an idea who we are as people, and they're recognizing us everywhere we go. I went to lunch just yesterday, and I thank the police officers that were sitting in front of me for all the hard work they do. And the guy turned around and said, you're the women's basketball coach. You're doing a great job, too. I said, together we will. That's our slogan that we use here for our women's basketball program. So people are getting to know who we are now, and it's got to be our players and our coaches got to be cognizant of that. It could be great or it could be weird. I'm shocked still that people know me out in this community, but I think it's a blessing, too. We're doing enough stuff that people are recognizing, but it's going to be winning those games in the NCAA that make it stick.
Coach, recruiting 5 years, you recruit the recruits coming in now. You'll be here for graduation for these kids, and that, that's recruiting tool in itself, right? The parents.
Yeah, when you recruit a young lady, you say this is who your coach will be for the next 4 years and going to see you through. It doesn't always work out that way, unfortunately. What we talk to our team about is the moment. We lock into the moment. All you have is today, because tomorrow's not promised. Things can happen, health, all that kind of stuff. But what we really are cognizant of is how are we going to seize today? And we lock into the moments. And if we can be blessed with a year to be with these young ladies, we have to give it everything we have all the time. 2 years, let's give them a little bit more. 3 years, let's turn on the heat. 4 year, your cup overflows. And I pray that I see these young ladies through. I certainly love it here. I've been all over the country. I have been coaching this will be my 28th year of coaching. And I've been all over, and I love the fact that it kind of came full circle. To be closer to my home of Syracuse, New York, where my mom is, and this great place here called Buffalo, where we came here a lot when I was in high school. In order to get to the state championship, we had to come through Western New York. Well, I think now Western New York is going to be the place that I hope women's basketball have to come through in order to get to that next step. In order for us to do that, we're going to have to continue to recruit the great students around this area, and it's a great place called New York City, Syracuse, Rochester. If they can come and see this place called Buffalo, it won't be just an option. It will be their destination.
They don't say treat himself to a boat with this contract. Would you get?
I want to see his contract, because if my contract won't allow me to do that, that's for sure. Oh, no. You know what? Nate's younger than me, so I've been around this thing a little bit longer. So I think that the only thing that I want to do is share with my coaches who, they're the unsung heroines of this thing. I got Coach Dr. Zuber right in front of me, and I got my basketball operation person right here, Haley Wiegand, who's getting married in August, and Cherie and Christian Sharkey. They have worked so tirelessly for so long without any credit being given to them. I hope that I can just let the world know that this is happening because of on their backs. And I had a lot of coaches that came and went and really wasn't the best fit. This is a great fit. If I can keep these young ladies around for the next 3 or 4 years, I tell you what, it's not going to be if we get to the dance. It's how far are we going to go.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
I just want to thank you guys for all you do for athletics in general here at Buffalo, and continue to support our women's basketball program. It's going to take a village. I can't do this by myself. I got a great staff with the media in this community. Only greatness has come. Just stay with us, village. Just stay with us.